Good, happy Sunday morning, December 15, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Sunday morning edition of Good Morning, New Hampshire, where we have a little bit of everything for you in this program. Rise and shine, everyone. Let's get this Sunday off to a good start, everyone. And grab your cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy some Good Morning, New Hampshire. Let's begin with local news. First up, crews in Sanbornton repairing washed-out culvert as state officials monitor conditions. Heavy rain causing minor flooding issues around New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Nature isn't the only force that can leave its mark, especially when you have a tractor built to help make your property your own.
Well, the folks here at Homeland Security are watching this weather. So far tonight, they say there haven't been really any major issues, but some cities and towns did run into some problems, and officials are just asking residents to pay attention. Heavy rain causing problems on the roads. This was the Portsmouth traffic circle Saturday afternoon. New Hampshire DOT says clogged drains left the rainfall with nowhere to go, causing the area to flood. Crews were called in to clear the drains, allowing the water to recede. A similar situation playing out in Sanbornton. Plummer Road was down to one lane after a section of it washed away.
We're dealing with a lot of water issues.
Roy Clark, foreman for the town's DPW, says debris clogged a culvert, causing water to back up, which led to half of the road breaking away.
With the rain and the snow and the melt off, the water really has nowhere to go. It all started with a plugged culvert, and it just trickled down to what you have here now.
Police Chief Stephen Hankert says the town has dealt with several weather-related problems over the last 24 hours.
We had so much rain, and last night the officers were dealing with the ice, and we had numerous cars off the road at the same time, to the point that another officer came in just to help handle the load. And now today, with all the rain, we're watching for the flooding and that sort of thing. And this was definitely the worst area that we had in town, was up on Plummer.
We are aware of some flood warnings on the seacoast, and then there's a localized flood warning in the Chichester-Epsom area. Then there's flood watches for the majority of the state.
Paul Raymond of New Hampshire Homeland Security says the department's assistance has not been requested in towns that have seen flooding, but adds it is ready if necessary.
We're monitoring those conditions, working with our local counterparts.
And Homeland Security says you should be ready too, especially anytime there are flood watches or warnings. They say have a safety kit on hand, make a plan with your family, and stay informed on weather conditions. Live here in Concord, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Always have a plan when flooding occurs. GOP protesters urge Pappas to oppose impeachment. House expected to vote next week. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Landowners, it's time for special year-end savings from Mahindra, the world's number.
Supporters of President Trump held signs in downtown Manchester Saturday, protesting the impeachment inquiry.
People are working. We have businesses are opening. The economy is booming. And while all that's happening, the Democrats are just completely engulfed in a witch hunt.
This is part of a campaign to defend President Trump called Stop the Madness. They rallied outside Congressman Chris Pappas's office.
Chris Pappas's district supports President Trump, and we're calling on Chris Pappas to reflect the will of his district, the will of the voters, and choose his people powerful over his party.
I think it's good when people express their opinions, and we encourage folks to call our office, to write in, to let us know what's on their minds and what they think about this particular issue or anything out there.
Representative Pappas will soon vote on impeachment, but he hasn't reached a final decision yet.
I'll be out there talking to lots of folks around New Hampshire, and I still have some reading to do.
The Trump administration told News 9 it's eyeing House members who haven't yet committed to voting for impeachment, like Pappas.
I'm doing my due diligence, but I remain very concerned about the actions of this president and how he compromised our national security, and I'm willing to stand up and do the right thing in the final analysis.
Chris Pappas is in a tough spot, and I think it would be good to see him support the president.
Organizers of that protest say they plan to continue to hold similar events through the impeachment process to support the president.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into national news. Mitch McConnell is facing sanctuary from Democrats on impeachment vote. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Now to Washington and the historic full House impeachment vote looming next week. President Trump, you see him here tossing the coin at the start of the Army-Navy game in Pennsylvania. Even as he and his team brace for that Wednesday impeachment vote on the House floor and strategize next steps for the Senate trial. With Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell facing criticism from Democrats, accusing him of taking his cues from the White House. ABC's David Wright with the latest tonight from the White House.
Tonight, the battle lines over impeachment are sharp and hyper-partisan.
I am trying to give a pretty clear signal. I have made up my mind. I'm not trying to pretend to be a fair juror here.
Speaking in Doha, Qatar, Senator Lindsey Graham said Trump will be on safer ground with a Republican majority calling the shots.
And I will do everything I can to make it die quickly.
On Fox News, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell vowed Senate Republicans will be in lockstep with the White House.
We'll be working through this process, hopefully in a fairly short period of time, in total coordination with the White House counsel's office.
President Trump has said he'd like to call witnesses, but now says he'll defer to the Senate.
Well, I'll do long or short. I've heard Mitch, I've heard Lindsey. I think they are very much in agreement on some concept. I'll do whatever they want to do. It doesn't matter.
Democrats accuse Senate Republicans of prejudging the evidence even before the trial begins. And when the House votes this week, Democrats from Trump-friendly districts are under pressure to break ranks. 31 Democrats are seeking re-election in districts Trump won. 2 of them have already said they're likely to vote no on one or both articles of impeachment. One may be switching parties. Other moderates are weighing their decision.
Facts. I'm going to read everything, watch all the testimony and the hearings, and read the transcripts, consult with scholars, and of course talk to my constituents.
Today, New Jersey Democrat Tom Malinowski got some boos when he told constituents in his district he plans to vote for impeachment.
I believe that on the 2 counts of impeachment that have been put before us, that the vote should be yes, and I will be voting yes.
All right, some applause and some boos there. David Wright joins us live from the White House. And David, the House is planning that historic vote on the 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump early next week. And it's expected to pass even with those moderate Democrats under so much political pressure.
That's right, Tom. The vote likely to take place Wednesday, and the math in both chambers adds up. The Democrats in the House believe that they have more than enough votes to impeach President Trump. Republicans in the Senate believe they have the votes to keep him in office. As you know, Tom, the Constitution requires a 2/3 vote to remove a president.
David, thank you. And this programming note, tomorrow on This Week, George sits down with House Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler, House Intelligence Chair Adam Schiff, and Senator Ted Cruz of Texas.
Hi. Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into weather. Weather is windy flaky and cold today. Let's take a listen to that weather video from meteorologist Haley LaPointe.
Landowners, it's time for special year-end savings from Mahindra, the world's #1 seller.
I'm meteorologist Haley LaPointe. Here's an update on your forecast. The winds get quite gusty through the day today. Already some gusts in the morning hours above 20 miles per hour, but later this afternoon could be some gusts exceeding 40, maybe even 50 miles per hour as we get into the afternoon and evening on Sunday. Then, as we go through the overnight, the winds will at least quiet a little bit, but even on Monday, still breezy with gusts approaching 30 miles per hour out of the northwest. We have a wind advisory that has been posted for the entire state due to gusts that may get close to 50 miles per hour. So a few isolated power outages, certainly not out of the question, and a few downed tree limbs possible too, as these gusts will continue until about Monday at 1 a.m. That's how long this wind advisory lasts. Today, temperatures ranging from about the mid-30s in the north country to the low and even mid-40s in the southern part of the state. We'll have sun and clouds passing through, but in the north country, a lot more clouds and even the possibility of some light snow, particularly in the mountains. You can already see that's the case in the southern part of Vermont, some snow showers there, and in the northern part of the state too. We'll likely have that ongoing in the mountains and north country a little later on. Then our attention shifts to this storm system that's just in its infancy in the plain states. It's getting its act together, and what's going to happen is this energy and this moisture makes a move toward us as we get into the early part of the work week. So let me show you all that here. Today, we have a few snow showers likely in the northern part of the state, central and southern areas. It's a blend of sun and clouds, but a good travel day for sure after all the rain that we had on Saturday. On Monday, breezy. We'll have also a blend of sun and clouds, especially later on in the evening. On Monday, we'll have clouds increasing as this next storm system approaches. Then by daybreak on Tuesday morning, that's when we'll likely have snow moving in. Now, some of our computer models have this snow shield here already over central and southern New Hampshire earlier than 7 a.m. So there is still some question about the arrival time of this system. But you can probably count on at least some light snow right at the commute time between, say, 7 and 9 a.m. on Tuesday. Primarily in southern New Hampshire. This system, again, similar to a couple of other systems we've had so far this season, is going to track primarily across the southern half of the state. This is noontime, and I've got it paused because you can see some of the darker shades of this purple color. So it looks like midday Tuesday is when we have the height of the snow coming down. Some heavy bands moving through southern New Hampshire. Also something to note, look at the rain-snow line. It's actually south of Boston. So some of our computer models have it north of Boston. So there still is a little bit of uncertainty, too, if we do a little bit of mixing, particularly in southeastern New Hampshire as we go through the day on Tuesday. But at this point, looking like almost all snow for us, and the heaviest in southern New Hampshire, with it moving out during the evening and overnight hours Tuesday into Wednesday. So here's our first call on the snow accumulation totals, and this could change, especially if that rain-snow line decides to move a little bit more to the north. So right now I'm thinking about 4 to 6 inches in places like Concord, Manchester, down into Jaffrey, Nashua, and even at the seacoast. But this could get altered, lowered because of mixing happening, if that ends up being the case. 2 to 4 inches, though, for Laconia up into Plymouth, and lesser amounts to the north. Again, this is more of a southern New Hampshire tracking storm system. And then what's really crazy, behind that system comes some really brutally cold air. Wind chills all day on Thursday will be below zero. So that 19, it won't even feel like that through the day. It'll feel more like 5 to maybe as low as 10 below through the day. Bitter cold on Friday and even into next weekend, too.
Okay, and there you go on that weather video from meteorologist Haley LaPointe. Thank you, Haley, for that weather. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into sports. In sports, the Boston Bruins, they played last night in the final score of the game. Let's take a look. Boston Bruins 4 versus Florida Panthers 2. The Boston Bruins won the game, yes, today. Congratulations, Boston Bruins. Next game is on Tuesday at 7 p.m. The New England Patriots, they play today at 1 p.m. at Cincinnati Bengals on CBS. Let's go, New Hampshire Patriots. And that is sports for this morning. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into New Hampshire Life. In New Hampshire Life, let's take a look at your event calendar first. And let's take a look and see what type of events are happening today in New Hampshire. Milford Antique Show, 8:30 a.m. at the Hampshire Hills Athletic Club. Photos with Paddington Bear, 8:30 a.m. at Brewer Bookstore. Holiday Series Fine Arts and Good Show, 10 o'clock a.m. at the Art Center. Tree Jubilee for the Ipswich Human Group, 10 o'clock a.m. at Marona Farm. Exhibit Featured Artist of December, Danielle O'Hanlon, 10 o'clock a.m. at Artful Spirits Gallery and Gifts. Creative Nature Comics, 10 o'clock a.m. at Squam Lake Association. Markers Market presents by Pennachuck Arts Foundation, 11 o'clock a.m. at Vesey Memorial Park. Wolfboro Festival of Trees, 12 o'clock p.m. at Wright Museum of World War II. And Western Avenue Holiday Open Studios all day. Western Avenue Studios and Loft. And those are all the events happening today on the event calendar. And today is the final day of the 2019 Spirit of Giving Food Drive. Let's take a listen to that video from WNUR News 9.
We're back celebrating the holidays.
And our new Volvo showrooms in Nashua, Concord, and Meredith.
Right now at Lovering Volvo, your first payment is on us, in addition to saving up to $14,000 off select 2019 models.
Call or visit us today.
Our Spirit of Giving food drive enters its final day today. So far, over 45,000 meals have been donated. We do still have one full day left in this drive. Gene Mackin and Mike Haddad are at the Shaws and Hooks, and that's just one of the many places that you can donate and get involved in this effort. Good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning, New Hampshire, and Amy, too. Yeah.
Good morning.
It's a great day 3. Spirit of Giving food drive. Day 1 and 2 have been such a tremendous success. Yes. We're trying to go 3 for 3 and make today a winner for the New Hampshire Food Bank and, of course, Granite Staters in need. Yeah, we really hope people will turn out on this final day of our Spirit of Giving food drive. We want to find out exactly how we're doing. And Nancy is joining us from the New Hampshire Food Bank, where this will serve so many families.
It certainly will, Jean, and it's very exciting. We've been doing great these last 2 days, so people need to get out here and buy some food for those in need. There's about 1 in 9 people in New Hampshire. 12% are children, 1 in 6 are seniors. So every little bit helps. So come on down, say hi, buy food.
So here at the Shaws and Hooks and at other Shaws locations, they make it super easy. You just go to the register, you pick out a $5, $10, or a $15 tag. Just kind of add that on to your holiday bundle. We know you have big shopping lists, but you get to go home knowing that you helped feed a family who really needs that this holiday season.
Absolutely. Especially with the school break coming up with the holiday. Those kids that receive free and reduced lunch at school will not have access to that. So that's puts added stress on families. So this is really important.
And it's really great how it goes to the New Hampshire Food Bank, but then it's distributed all across the state into little communities that really need it.
Absolutely. We have more than 425 partner agencies throughout New Hampshire, so it's really critical to, help those in need.
it really is. So the forecast, Mike, for the food drive?
Yeah, the wind's going to blow you in here, but all you have to do is go to any Hannaford, any Shaw's, any Walmart, and many Common Man locations and help out for such a great cause out there today. No excuse before the Pats game. Many are going to be out grocery shopping, so add one of those $5 or $10 or $15 gift cards here to help the New Hampshire Food Bank and Granite Staters in need.
And thank you so much for your consideration and for all of your giving this holiday season. Now back to you, Amy.
Jean and Mike, thank you very much. I imagine you could add 2 of those $15 cards or 3. You could really go crazy, right?
Yeah, you can do 5s, 10s, 15s, bring the family in, show them how it's done, tell them where it's going. It's a super lesson, and you're right. As much as you can give, the food bank will make sure it really gets to the right people.
And also keep in mind, for every dollar raised, it provides 2 meals. So yes, add 2, 3, 4 if your means permit, as much as you can. Of course, it will be so welcome.
It will be.
Okay. So if you're at Shaw's, Hannaford's, or Common Man location, or Walmart, do the food drive. Help the New Hampshire Food Bank, everyone. I encourage all of my viewers here at the Riley King Network to go out and do that. So, last night I went to a restaurant that I've never been to before. It's in Manchester called The Foundry. And, I had a wonderful meal. So, I got for dinner there was, the grilled New York strip steak. It was with maple bacon baked beans, carrots, garlic, squash, and Foundry made steak sauce. It was very yummy. I loved it. And, I got also with it for drink. I got, pumpkin spice white Russian. That was very yummy too. And also, the Foundry, they do, brunch on Sundays. And that brings us to our Sunday brunch restaurant of this Sunday edition of Good Morning New Hampshire. The Foundry Restaurant, 50 Commercial Street, Manchester, New Hampshire. And phone number is 603-836-1925. And you can email if you want to send an email right here. About their Sunday brunch is $27 to do Sunday brunch. Our Riverside Sunday brunch is a buffet, is filled with delicious items from start to finish. Our buffet does change a little week to week and with the season, but here is what you can expect most weeks. Custom omelet station, scrambled eggs, local bacon, sausage, homemade patties, and donut pastry, homemade pastries and donuts, fresh fruit, cinnamon French toast, Belgian waffles, fresh shucked local oysters, shrimp cocktail, smoked salmon, mixed green salad, seasonal soups, homemade meatballs, hand carved roast, and more. And also the Foundry Restaurant. A little bit about the Foundry Restaurant. Let me tell you about it. So a little bit about the Foundry Restaurant. The Foundry is the largest certified farm-to-table restaurant right here in New Hampshire. Very cool indeed. And here are their hours. So today, for Sunday brunch is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And they're open until 10 p.m. this evening for dinner. And then Monday, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Tuesday through Saturday, 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. So, if you've never gone to the Foundry and you want some Sunday brunch, go to the Foundry Restaurant for some Sunday brunch. And you will love it. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into entertainment news. Adam Sandler is a huge Billie Eilish fan. Here's why, exclusive. Let's take a listen to that video from Entertainment Tonight.
The necklace, huh? The real diamond.
Is it real diamonds? You sure?
The director said.
Okay, well then, yeah.
I think the legit guy just gave it.
Yes, he's a great man. I just didn't want to have to blow all that money on us, but yeah, that was pretty good.
I mean, you're getting such praise for this role. I know you're a humble guy, and that it probably feels a little weird.
Sure does. Yeah, no, it's nice. It's honestly, movie. I love the movie. I love those Safdie brothers. And when it gets praise from other people, I'm very happy for the boys. I'm happy for everybody.
Howard, where's the money right now?
Howard, got my money? Howard!
What do you think? I'm done. It means nothing. It meant nothing. Please. Give me another shot.
I knew it was good. When I saw it alone in the room, I was like, ooh, I love this thing. So that's the good news. I know it's a good movie.
And GQ just named your character the most stylish character of the year.
I agree. I'm definitely, if I wasn't the most, I'd say at least the top 20.
Have you seen the memes comparing you to Billie Eilish? They said Adam Sandler walked so Billie Eilish could run.
Love Billie Eilish, by the way. Absolutely. My kids turned me on to Billie Eilish like a year and a half ago. And then I saw her at the Hollywood Bowl with my kids. She's incredible. I love her. I saw an interview with her the other morning. My kids saw it, and that she was singing as a little kid, and she's very inspiring, and I love her stuff.
And you are her Adam Sandler style icon?
Well, I don't know if she knows that, but that's all right.
What was it like for you to have all of these jewels in the movie? There was security on set and everything, right?
Yes. At the end of the night, I had, a $10,000 ring, a $100,000 watch, so props would run over to me at rap and go, like, let's go, Ed. Give me that.
And you shot a lot of scenes I know you don't usually do, some sexier stuff, some fight scenes.
Dirty stuff, yes. I was filthy in this movie, and yes. And it doesn't look great, but it's a good movie.
Julia told me, she said, well, my character's name was originally Sadie, so we changed that because it was weird.
That's my daughter's name. I say you can't have my daughter's name in this movie, man.
What does the fam think of seeing you in this role? Kind of a transformation for you.
My wife can handle it all. My wife encouraged me to do the movie. My kids, I said, I don't want them to see this until they're much, maybe 60 or 70.
Did you keep any mementos from the set? Maybe steal a little diamond or...
Stole a lot of things, yes. The block isn't as tight as they think it is. I put so many things in my pocket every night. Fantastic.
And last questions for you. Idina Menzel, so amazing. But of course, do you get a sneak peek at Frozen 2 when Idina Menzel is your...
She told me, I would ask her questions about the new one, and she would kind of just, if she wouldn't answer me, but if the answer was yes, she would kind of stare at me like, and I was like, oh, that's a yes, huh? So I knew a little bit of what was coming. My kids loved it, saw it opening night, dressed up. My little one dressed up as Dina's character, and I called Adina and said the kids are there, and they're loving it, and she was happy.
Everyone in our office was dreaming of a holiday collab between a Frozen song and the Hanukkah song.
Yes, I'm glad I got that for all you guys. Want to see what my phone says right now? Hebrew time. That was for my kid when she was studying for her bat mitzvah. I was like, Hebrew time, baby, get it on. I got to get rid of that. She had the bat mitzvah.
Dad, I didn't know you were such a strict dad. You're like, I got the alarm.
So let's get it on, man. At least 20 minutes. All right.
Well, congrats on the movie. By the way, Cole Sprouse here supporting you. You guys stay close.
Say it again.
Cole Sprouse was here.
Cole, is he here? Can't wait to see him.
Did you ever do the Big Daddy sequel?
I wouldn't do that to him. He's doing fine.
Okay, and there you go. Very cool. Billie Eilish fan, wow. And huge movies, music that everyone is buzzing about. Let's take a listen to that video from Good Morning America.
Okay, so it is time there you have it, for Binge This. Huge movies and music are coming out that everyone is going to be buzzing about. So we're breaking it all down so you can binge to get ready. And here with the inside scoop, former Bachelorette, Rachel Lindsay. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, we're going to have fun this morning. So that iconic theme music, once we get it going, you know what that means?
Yes.
You're taking us to a galaxy far, far away.
Yes, yes. Okay, so this is what you're going to want to do this weekend as far as binging is concerned. You're going to want to kick off your shoes, relax your feet, cuddle up, because it's cuddle season, right? So you're going to want to sit on the couch with your girls, your boys, whoever it may be, and you're going to want to watch the Star Wars movies 1 through 8. Now,
all of them.
Full disclosure, never seen it. Not one Star Wars movie.
We won't talk about
this is true. This is true. I'm telling on myself. Don't judge me.
I think it's a generational thing and a guy-girl thing.
I'm part of your generation, Eva.
It's a good defense. But see, this is why it's perfect to binge it now, because I can tell you what we're getting ready for.
It's too late.
Also, no, it's not too late. It's not too late.
Movies, though.
Don't tell the people that it's not too late, because you're also going to want to binge The Mandalorian, which is a new series that's going to be on Disney Plus. And if you need any motivation for it, it brought us Baby Yoda. Now, I may not know Star Wars, but I know Baby Yoda.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm saying all of this because I want you to get ready for the new Star Wars movie, which will be The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
It is the last one, the last part of a 9-part Skywalker
So you've got
saga.
a lot to catch up on
Yes.
to get to this, and I know Dan and Whit are huge fans. Mandalorian, Fandalorian.
All
Okay,
in.
so now to music, one of our favorite musicians, wrapping up 2019 in a major way. What's happening here?
Okay, so yes, we're moving over to music, so you're going to want to dust off those old One Direction albums.
R.I.P.
And you're also going to want to pull out the self-titled 2017 album, Harry Styles.
Overdosing on Harry Styles.
Yes.
It's a big fan.
Okay, you're going to hate me for this, too, because another confession, I'm of the NSYNC Backstreet Boys era.
Me too.
Okay, all right. With you on that.
Never really listened to One Direction, but
we're
this
all
is why
getting
you
ready
need to
for Harry
binge it.
Styles.
Yes, you have to binge this because this is going to help you get relevant. Step into the 2010s and get you ready for Harry Styles' new album.
This looks great.
Yes, called Fine Line. We were actually listening to some of the music in Hair and Makeup back there, full disclosure.
Yeah.
It's a great album. It's also going to get you ready for his new tour.
Okay, so
which
a lot to
starts
get
next
ready for.
spring.
Next spring.
Yes.
Okay, and so The Cat is Out of the Bag, one of the most star-studded movies of this season, is
Yes.
coming out. Tell us about it.
Okay, we've done movies, we've done music. Now I'm going to get you in musical mode.
Cats.
Okay, so we're going to do that.
Dreamgirls.
Yes, this is more of my wheelhouse. So first we're going to start you off by watching or listening to the 1983 Cats album. Classic. Then we're going to get you in 2006 Dreamgirls, which stars, Beyonce, Jennifer Hudson, then Les Mis, directed by Tom Hooper. And that is getting you ready for, we've been hearing about it for a really long time. Now it's finally here. Premiering December 20th is Cats, which has a star-studded cast. Yes.
So much to get ready for. So much to bit. Like, you named like 11 movies.
I did.
Get ready.
I did.
Get comfortable on the couch. You can catch more from Rachel Lindsay on ESPN's Radio's Game Night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, over to you.
By the way, there's still time for you to come to the light. But not Star Wars watching.
She doesn't know who C-3PO is. She doesn't know Boba.
Whit had a really solid Yoda gift last night.
Secret language. I have no idea.
Well, hey there, GMA.
Okay, and there you go. And Star Wars, the new one, the last, number 8 one, comes out this coming Friday. And now let's take a look at those celebrity birthdays for today. And happy birthday to all of these celebrities for today. We hope they all have a wonderful birthday. And that's it for this Sunday morning edition of Good Morning New Hampshire. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everyone. See you back here later on today with more coverage, news coverage, and more, all different things for all of you. Goodbye, everyone.